Thoroughbreds, welcome back to this week's NRL episode of Penalty Broncos. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to. I'm coming to you from the Bandwagon Bar. We've got our front row online. Ringer, mate, how are you going? What's your weekend been like?
Yeah, Britto, good, mate. We've we kicked off with a multi-win early in the day. So,
Beautiful
Thoroughbreds,
stuff.
if you've been keeping an eye on the socials, we got that home after last night's little potty update. And we've had my youngest 3rd-year-old birthday party. Kids running around everywhere, creating absolute fucking havoc. Me and the dads got on the beers and ended up taking 9 kids, 3 women, 4 buggies, and fucking partridge in a pear tree pegging for the afternoon, and all got sunburnt and a bit silly. So yeah, slowly winding down, but try just anything to take the edge off the Friday night bloody hurt, mate.
Yeah, no, that multi did soften it, and then a great win by the girls certainly
Yeah.
helped. So I'd imagine a couple of beers would have just really topped you off.
I was
Would have been
topped off.
perfect. What about you, Langers, mate? How you going? How's your weekend been?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Like what you boys just said, apart from the Friday night spectacle that we all had to sit and watch and bear. No, apart from that, mate, weekend's always good. Not having to work, spending time with the family. We did a bit of a bonfire with the neighbours last night, just burning a few palm fronds and whatnot. So that was good. A few marshmallows and that sort of stuff. Yeah, no, it was good. Good to do some chores and that sort of just that general sort of life on the weekends, as I'm sure everybody has known and become accustomed to. Unfortunately, that's the way life is. But yeah, no, apart from that, mate, no, good weekend. What about you, mate?
Mate, I had a great, like Friday kickoff, sure, whatever. We sort of seen maybe that was coming. I mean, everyone has to lose and everyone has to win. It's that sort of rigmarole. Moses was back and whatever, but we'll get into that. And then I rolled into a 7:30 start at the soccer fields.
Ugh.
And I started to get a little bit sicky around about 6:00 in the morning. I had the alarm set for 6:00 to get everyone up, get everyone ready, get out of the house. Let's go. We got a game at 8, and then I think we finished at around maybe 4:30 or something that afternoon.
Bro.
The 6-year-old rolls into my bedroom at 6:25, saying, "Dad, I need to get up and go to my soccer game." I was like, "Oh, that's very good of you, very mature of you, love. But I've got an alarm set. It's okay. Go to the toilet, go back to bed. I'll wake you up when we need to get up." She's like, "Yeah, okay." And then I just glimpsed over at the old iPhone and seen the alarm sitting there, and it hadn't gone off, and we're 25 minutes behind the schedule, and I was, fuck. So up we got and into it and out of the house in half an hour. Kids did really well to bloody do that, and I treated them with some chicken chippies for breakfast at the soccer field. So they weren't complaining at all.
Yeah,
They're
no,
fucking with your alarms from now on. You know that, right?
That's probably the reason why. That's why she was probably awake.
Yeah.
But no, I got my coffee and they got their chips, so she all ended well. And I think everyone won except one, the middle boy. So, and he copped a soccer ball to the face for his troubles as well. So, ice cream always helps after that sort of stuff. Anyway, we'll get into it. Shout out listeners, whatever you're listening to us on, please give us a like. Make sure you're subscribed and followed and whatnot so you get updates for every time we do throw up, especially the NRLW, now that that's up and running. Head over, make sure you're on the socials as well while you're listening or watching. Just head over on another device. I'm sure you've got multiple in front of you. That'll be greatly appreciated. Also, anyone that wants us to shout your business out, reach out. Email will be in the description for the podcast. So don't be afraid to reach out and have a chat. We will get into the review. That was Broncos via the Eels. We took them on for round 21 of the Telstra NRL Premiership at home in Suncorp Stadium. 39,057 of you beautiful people were in attendance. Unfortunately, I've had some messages from people who weren't thoroughbreds in the crowd. They were wearing yellow and blue, but they had a great time. So it's good to see that everyone enjoys themselves when they go to Suncorp. First half, 14-12. We go into the sheds with a 2-point lead. Second half, 6-10. We love a good second half bed shit, don't we? and that gives us a 20-22 loss by 2 points. Possession 49% to 51%. Completion rate 82% to 86%. We completed 33 out of 40. The Eels completed 33 out of 38. Against the Titans, we completed the same amount of sets for 26 points. So I know our average is 26, so that we just might be right on that bubble of 20. Like if you can score more than that or whatever, or keep us down, then you've got us basically at this point. Tackle efficiency still good, 89.92%. Not really where we've been enjoying seeing it. 87.43 for the Eels. Penalties conceded, 7-5. Again, we lost the penalty count there. Not really that high. Errors 8 and 9. Not really that bad either. I've got a little note here. Ineffective tackles 9-7. Like everyone was sticking. The contact was always getting one. Missed tackles though, we won that 30-40. So we had 10 tackle breaks. We just couldn't capitalize on those. Ruck infringements were even 3-3. Inside 10 meters, we won that 0-2. On reports, 1-0. And Piakura got away with a fine for that one. I think we were talking in the chat there, Ringer, that he might have had some loading points. I think he does based on the size of the fine that he has. I'm pretty sure he has some loadings there, so he wouldn't want to do another one. In between him and head knocks, good lord. Anyway, Ringer, I'll just touch you before we let Langers loose. Any first initial thoughts on the game you want to get off your chest?
Oh, disappointing. Like we shouldn't be losing to these pathetic losers. In saying that, the one thing I'll give, the Eels haven't played like that all fucking year. They showed up. We have a great record at home at Suncorp being the Broncos. When we're having a half-assed year where you sort of things aren't clicking, that teams just come up and fucking turn it on like they haven't all year. So I will give the Eels that. They were very good. It wasn't until that last sort of 5 minutes that we didn't capitalize on it, that they sort of fatigued in the middle and like opened up. Their defense was incredible. And kudos to them. Once we get frustrated, we decide, well, we're going to have to try and go around you or go some superstar fucking tactic, and it doesn't work ever. But anyway, that's what we seem to revert to instead of just playing through the middle game and eventually we'll score a try. So very disappointing. We'll get to it in the rundown, no doubt. But yeah, like you said, the stats aren't bad. Like it's just when we lost the ball, like typical Broncos. It was the mistakes we made at the time we made them. It just, breaks your heart. But anyway, again, and it's been a constant theme now for 2.5 years. Anyway, they'll soon get sick of losing these games, surely.
I was shitting bricks coming into it because with Moses, they grow an extra leg. I mean, let's be honest. If Moses keeps playing the way that he's playing, he's got a shout for the Australian number 7 jersey.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, and so I was like, okay, I've got Lomax, I've got an Adokar who's actually in form. Yes, I've lost the Yongi, but that Joe Ash showed that he's no slouch either, and whatnot. I've got De Silva there now.
Riley
But
Smith's
I thought it
fucking
was
unreal.
Yeah, 100%. I think that the Eels are going to be a problem for anyone looking to make the 8 if you have to verse them in the next couple of rounds. They're going to be a problem. They've got nothing to lose. They're not making the 8. I don't think mathematically they can do it. So they'll just be there to be a pest and a thorn in the side, basically. And yeah, like you said, everyone loves to play the Broncos, or we love playing them into form, either way.
Yeah.
A little disclosure. I put up a video last night about my thoughts with Reece Walsh. A lot of the thoroughbreds out there humbled me pretty quick. And then I went through the stats and I'm like, far out. I should wait 24 hours before I put a fucking video up.
No, you're allowed to have that salty bitch period, mate.
That's it. Salty bitch. We'll reduce it down to 12 hours so that we can get on with it, from the normal 24. But after looking at the stats, mate, Reece was probably just thought he had to do something to try something. basically. We got dominated in the forward pack, which we'll get to, and our halves aren't doing what I expect them to do. So, anyway, Langers, take it away, mate.
Rightio. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's get into it. So, as we all know, Broncos v Eels. Broncos kick off to start the game. Couple of minutes of just normal footy, backwards and forwards. Then we go into the second minute and we get a penalty to the Eels for a dangerous tackle from Paddy Carrigan. Great chance for the Eels early on. That sort of chance ends with Zach Lomax been taken out the sideline by Mam, Shibba, and Karapani, which I thought was good D, M&D, all together taking him out. So I thought that was really, really good. Then the first sort of 20 minutes, there wasn't really that much sort of highlights, I guess is a word you can use. It was just sort of backwards and forwards footy. From the second minute, I go into the 9th minute, and we had a penalty to the Eels for a leg chop from Big X on Eels number 10, Junior Paolo. So, third man in and just went too low, chopped him, saw him on report for that one, I'm pretty sure. Eels opt for the 2 points, 40 metres out. Zach Lomax is the kicker. He can kick it from anywhere, basically, that bloke, except for that one side that's been hindering all week. Britto, talk to me.
What's frustrating is that he did go on report for that. Like you said, he hasn't shown up on the judiciary sheet this morning.
Yeah, right.
So, I understand, I think it was a penalty. Definitely third, unnecessary sort of stuff. Was very low, cannonball kind of shit. But, anyway, we'll just,
It
he's
wasn't
not on the judiciary.
cannonball, though, was it?
No, it wasn't.
There was no malice in it, yeah.
No, and
there was no, the ground.
There was no force in it.
He slipped, too. He also slipped going in.
Anyway,
we'll just defend him, mate. Like, even if it was a blatant chop, we're just like, he slipped.
Even if, even if he did cannonball, what?
Yeah, he probably deserved it. Junior's a dickhead anyway.
He's probably talking shit in the ruck before. Who knows?
Yeah, fuck Junior Polo.
Jack said that, Junior, not.
Junior. The Eels number 5, Josh Addo. Broncos then opt for the 2 points, about 25 metres out, slightly to the right. Adam Reynolds converts 2-2, no dramas. Boys, do you think maybe they should have gone for the try then, or was the 2 points the right move? I'll throw to you, mate.
I found it an odd decision for a team like ours that usually, at least try them out. So it sort of spoke to me when you watch the whole game play out. Like, maybe they were flat. I don't know. They didn't seem flat, because when they took Lomax out early, and they all buoyed the boys and they all got around it, and Ezra was going off, I was like, yep, we're on here. Like, defensively, if we're putting that sort of effort in, well, usually that's the catalyst for us to be going good. And then it's an easy 2 points, yes, but it wasn't a gimme.
No.
If it was a dead set gimme, 15 out straight in front, it's like, well, whatever, you just take them. Like, when it was a little bit in your 25 out, perfect attacking raid sort of position to start a set. I don't know. At the time, I was like, yep, okay, smart. We're going to play four-play footy. But when you look at the rest of the game, this moment sort of tells you that maybe they were a bit flat. And when you see some of the performances, Shibba and Katoni, like our 2 strike centers, sort of got dominated by Penasini and fucking Sean the Love Muscle Russell. Like, it just doesn't. Yeah, it plays to a bit more of a flat sort of energy wise. It's probably a smart play, but I don't know. I would have liked to have seen them have a crack, because if you break them early, maybe you get on top. Because it was very odd for me. Broncos haven't been doing that all year, unless it's like a plumb bob straight in the dead center. Gimme.
Yep. Britto, what about you, mate? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, they said on the commentary, like, this is going back to the Wayne Bennett days. Like even the commentators were kind of surprised. At the time, I was the same. I was like, I like this. Let's just, we'll keep even, we'll keep the pressure on them, we'll grind it, we'll get into a grind with these guys because it really did feel. What are we? We're 16 minutes in, and I was like, this is like semi-final kind of footy.
It was,
like
yeah.
first round, like the whole weekend was kind of semi-final, roughly level sort of thing to a degree. And I'll still stick with it. I still think it was the right choice. It was basically a give me 2 points. We'll kick this short, then we'll get another set, and we'll just get into our grind, get into our work, and all that. So, I thought it was all right. I still think it was all right. But you wonder what could have been if Reece had been let go early.
Yeah. Well, that was sort of my sort of mentality. Like I think for like after the Eels got that 2 points, I felt like Broncos started to really get the ball moving and the ball rolling. I guess you can say. I thought that they were sort of coming out on top, and then when they got that penalty, it's like okay, rightio. Well, the Eels are on the back foot here. Let's put some hurt on them, sort of thing. And then when I saw that they were going for the two, sort of. Yeah, like what you were saying, Ring, it was sort of a little bit like, why would you do that? Like you know, 25 out, perfect, like attacking opportunity, as as I will say. I thought they would have gone for the points. Like how we have been playing all season. Like we try to score at every opportunity we can, and then we ended up taking the 2 points from not. Like it's Adam Reynolds kicking it, so you can probably say that it's always going to be a somewhat easy kick. But it wasn't in front of the uprights. It was off to the side, a considerable amount. So I was surprised, but Adam Reynolds kicking, so he obviously converts. So 2-2 after the 16th minute, and we will get into some veggies. So speaking of Love Muscle Russell, into the 21st minute, we see the first try of the night to the Eels, number 4, Sean Russell, after a Mitchell Moses bomb on the 5th that goes uncontested by Reece Walsh. So Walsh lets it bounce, basically bounces straight back into Sean Russell, does a little chip over the top, regathers and scores right next to the uprights. Kick converted, 8-2. Chaps, talk to me. Thoughts on the try? Britto, we'll start with you, mate.
It was pretty bad. I had a sinking feeling, and I seen Renault as soon as it happened and the try was over. He turned straight around the Reece, and you could see him just put his hands up, like, what happened there, sort of thing. He didn't do it from then on in, thankfully, but yeah, I was like, are you serious? That's how they're going to get their first try like that? And then I had another thought. I was like, well, if that's how they get their first try, surely we can clean that up pretty quick and whatnot. But mixed emotions for me, but it was just bad way to see Reece get chipped over, scored like that. I was like, far out.
Yep.
Far out.
Ringer, what about you, mate?
Yeah, mate. Well, if we're going to rinse Selwyn Cobbo not long ago for doing the exact same thing, like no holds. Oh, damn it!
Yeah.
I was just about to boogie. No, well, if we're going to rinse Selwyn Cobbo for doing exactly the same thing, we got to give it to Reece because it's not as if it was, a miss kick that was halfway between him and the defense. Like he had time, and he probably would have had time without even being contested if he got on his bike. And it isn't it always the way. If you leave that ball bounce, how perfectly it fucking bounces for the opposition. Like that ball could have quite easily squirted the other way into a Broncos hand. It just sits directly in front of the love muscles bloody chest. He chips it over, and the second bounce was even better. But it's just from a lack of a lack of wanting to have wanting to shut down the situation. That energy, that drive, that players like, when you look at what Billy Slater's been picking off, keep your feet moving, and he says that sort of stuff, and you start watching that now and you go, well, Jesus, that's a big tick against your name there, mate, if you're going to let that sort of shit happen. So, yeah, I don't know whether it's bad communication or just, I don't know. He doesn't usually lose stuff like that. So, anyway, 90% of the time he goes for that shit and drops it. Like, if he's going to make a mistake, he usually goes for a spec and drops it, doesn't he? He doesn't usually just watch it fucking bounce. So, very odd from Reece, but you got to call him out because we were giving Selwyn a rinsing the other week.
Yeah,
Bloody
no, I
oath.
think that's fair. Yeah, we did give Selwyn a bit of a pasting for doing the exact same thing. So can't turn around and then go, oh, no, it's just Reece. It's all good sort of thing. So, yeah, points easy for the Eels, unfortunately. So, yes, 8-2. Into the 23rd minute, we got a penalty to the Eels for the Broncos markers not being square, and that was Benny Hunt. He was that marker there. But then, Thoroughbreds, in the 24th minute, we see an intercept from Adam Reynolds, and what an intercept it was. Holy. Reynolds with a beautiful intercept on the Broncos' 30-metre line and runs 70 metres to score for the Broncos' first try. Now, I've got a couple of notes here. Little General looked like he was running on a treadmill for those last 20 metres. You could just see in his face that he was just praying to God that he was going to get there. And momentum slides him over the try line. So happy with that. Reece Walsh converts because Reynolds probably couldn't feel his legs at that point after a dash like that. Kick converted, 8-all. Boys, thoughts on that one? Ringer, talk to me.
He dead set looked like an old Super Nintendo Super Mario, wasn't it? Like heading across that green field, just little legs pumping. And, I think there was a split second from the front on where he was thinking, fuck, I wish we picked Dean Mariner in this game. Because he knew there was no sort of backup coming. We didn't have any real speed demons on anywhere near him. So great to see, though, the General get there. Love to see that. The footy smarts, which is it's so contradicting for the rest of his game, but the footy awareness that he had to just completely read Dean Footy Hawkins like a book and know exactly what he was going to do with that ball. And like, he knew what he was going to do before Dean passed that fucking thing. So it was great to see. Glad he got there. It was the poor little General. Like, he's just poor. That little legs were just motoring.
Britto, what about you, mate?
Mate, those hamstrings were holding on for fucking dear life going in there. I was waiting for the old sniper in the stadium to just fucking. And I think he might have as well at the end there. He's like, I gotta back off here.
Yeah.
But my thoughts went to the exact same thing with Russell's try. I was like, if that's how we score, shit.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that kind. I was like, is this going to be like what it's going to be like at the end of the game, where we go, well, they only scored because they intercepted. But yeah, I'm glad he didn't take the kick, because I reckon that might have been the final threat. He had to let him cool down there, waiting for the kickoff.
Yeah.
Good to see it. Did you see the Matty John show? They did a old school video where they were up against Eels versus Rabbitohs, and that little number 6 for the Eels back in the day, I completely forget his name now, but yeah, Rano ran him down similar, but he's like obviously running people down. He's like a couple of years back, like 10 years ago now, sort of thing.
Bit more
He's
youth
got
in the
form.
legs.
Yeah.
Rightio, well, let's keep going. So, yes, 8-all after the 24th minute. Then we see a couple of interchanges, 2 each for the Broncos and the Eels. Kobe Hetherington comes on for Xavier Willison, and Matt Dory comes on for Dylan Walker for the Eels. Then in the 27th minute, Corey Jensen comes on, and Payne Haas goes off. Then in the 28th minute, the Eels to have their second interchange. Sam Tuavaiti, I think it is. Whatever.
So. Tuivasa.
Sam. He comes on, and Junior Paulo comes off. Then into the 30th minute, see a penalty to the Broncos for the Eels, number 16, Matt Dory being offside. Little note here, Eels all over the Broncos at this point, so good pressure reliever. Piakura ends up dropping the ball on the Broncos' third tackle from that sort of penalty. First Bronco error of the night in the 31st minute, I guess you could probably say. 31 minutes without an error, we can, that's pretty good, I guess, especially if Reece Walsh is in our teams. A little bit of a chop for Reece, unfortunately. Into the 32nd minute, Eels number 17, Sam Tuavaiti, I think it is, drops the ball straight into Benny Hunt deep into Broncos territory. So once again, bit of pressure relieving for the Broncos, because this sort of period of play, I thought the Eels were just all over the Broncos at this sort of period. So very good pressure relieving for them. Then in the 33rd minute, Thoroughbreds, probably one of the most memorable parts of the night, apart from the intercept, Kobe motherfucking Hetherington. Holy, what a
Kobe.
breakaway, and that was so good. So, beautiful run by Kobe, busting through the line and bumping off the Eels fullback, Joash Papali'i or Papali. I think the commentators are calling him Papali, but yeah, I don't know if it's Papali or Papali'i. Either way, bumps him off, easy done. Stroll over under the sticks for the Broncos' second try. Kick converted, 14-8. Chaps, thoughts on that one? Ringer, go for it, mate.
It's funny. The first two try scorers for the Broncos are the only two that can't fucking run.
Yeah.
Like, fucking all our props are agile as fuck. We've got back rowers, we've got a back line of all speedsters. Poor old Kobe and Reno. Reno's got legs as long as a fucking toothpick. And Kobe looks like he can't lift his feet off the ground at stages. But anyway, it got the job done. It's like the mole said to the midget, every little bit helps. So,
Yeah.
but it was great to see Kobe because I think Kobe deserved that reward for the last few weeks and even this game, where he's come on and definitely made a difference. So at this stage, I was so happy because I thought, right, they've had the pressure on us. They've put the blowtorch on us for a while. We've got out of it, even though Brendan Pekira decides he's going to fucking drop the ball anyway, just out of nowhere. But anyway, we wrestle back momentum and we get the try. And I'm thinking at this stage, well, I think this might be the straw that breaks the Parramatta camel's back. So it's like we've sustained the pressure and we've come back with our own sort of hit and we've just punched them through the middle and scored a try. So at this stage, I thought, right, we've got the blueprint now. We've absorbed and now we can release our sort of energy onto them. And anyway, we'll get into the rest, but very happy for Kobe.
Yeah, absolutely. Britto, thoughts, mate?
Yeah. I like the stat about our first error in the 30th minute. Like I said with the Reno, I was like, oh shit, is this how we're going to score tries this game? And then Kobe does that. I'm like, that's a great try. Little play. Obviously, it was on, hit it, came out, got the cookies, and then with the error, doubled down. I'm like, nah, we're playing really good. We're just grindy footy, 4-play footy. I was like, at this rate, the second half is going to be wet as shit.
Yeah.
We threw a couple of jabs out there, tried to steal second base, but we're sitting on one, sort of load up the bases for the home run hit in the second half there. And the fact that it was Kobe Hetherington, I love that. Big Kobe yelled out from my lounge room as the kids were trying to get to sleep. But
Kobe,
Kobe.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of thoroughbreds would have wrapped around that one. Not too many people aren't fans of Kobe Hetherington. I know everybody here at Penalty Broncos absolutely loves the lad, so very good to see him get a meat pie. In that 33rd minute, the Eels do their third interchange as well. Then from the 33rd minute into the 36th minute, we see a penalty to the Eels after an escort on Zach Lomax by Gemmet Shibasaki. Big chance for the Eels in the 36th minute, dying sort of few minutes of the first half. And unfortunately, in the 37th minute, we see a try to the Eels, number 2, Zach Lomax, after a Mitchell Moses chip over the top and on the second tackle too, to put old Zachy over in the corner. Kick not converted, 14-12. Got any thoughts on that, lads?
Well, it was barely a fucking escort for a start. Like I thought Shiba posted his position pretty well. Said it like I think he got to where he wanted to be. Whatever they call that every now and then. And then the try that they scored, you can't get too angry about it because it's a low percentage play pulled off by a fucking excellent kicker of the football. Like it was a fucking masterpiece of this is what upsets me about NRL commentators. If Nathan Cleary did that, they'd still be fucking talking about it. Like the Raiders playing Newcastle, that wouldn't matter. We'll go back to Nathan's kick on fucking Friday. But Mitchell does that shit just fucking whenever he wants to. Seemingly, he's got the golden boot, and Zachy's good enough to get there. He's a threat in the air. But that was a special play. And like I was like, I'm upset they scored a try. Am I upset? Like it wasn't a defensive lapse. It wasn't a weak tackle. it was a great play by the opposition to pull it off. So I was like, nah, you wear it.
Yep. Britto, what are your thoughts, mate?
100%. Like all of New South Wales would have looked at that play, seen Moses kick to Lomax and gone, why the fuck didn't we do that in game 3?
Yeah.
When Shibber and that are like fucking back here somewhere, like jamming our centers.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, it was a great piece of play. I knew as soon as they did it, I was like, you've done tape, because we've been commenting for the last couple of weeks that Karapani loves to get up and give you a sniff on the outside because he thinks he's got you with speed to cover you. So obviously we got caught out with that, and that's exactly what you do. When you see them rush up like that and come in, kick in behind them, make them second guess themselves. And then at the same time, I was like, well, if you're going to have to go around us and do that shit to score, then I'm happy with that. We should be able to cover that sort of stuff. But yeah, just another little bow in Moses's string going forward.
Yep, feather in his cap, absolutely. Rightio. From the 37th minute, 14-12 to the Broncos, into the 39th minute, we see a penalty to the Broncos for pressure on the neck on Gamut Shibasaki by the Eels' number 8, Jermaine Hopgood. So basically one last chop before half-time. That chop ends with an unsuccessful field goal from Adam Reynolds. It was sort of, I don't know, a little bit rushed, wasn't overly prepared, sort of, but how you going sort of thing. And that's, half time. So Broncos are leading 14-12. So a couple of little halftime notes. And basically just backing onto what you said, Ringer, before I kick this off. Once again, a team faces the Broncos and comes out to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like we've said it a couple of times now, that a team that everybody, not just us and not just the Broncos supporters, but everybody has just thought, oh, this is going to be a Broncos 13 plus. But yeah, they decide to come out and absolutely play the game of their season against the Broncos. A little bit fucked for us, but anyway. Mitchell Moses making all the difference for the 15th placed Eels. They're not even 15th placed anymore. I think they're 14th now. So yeah, good on them. Reece Walsh caught out of position multiple times. Toby Hetherington chopping lads straight after coming on. Probably should have put that in one of the notes as well, because that was glorious. The lad comes on and within about 20 to 30 seconds just absolutely irons out. I think it was Joash as well, the fullback.
Yeah.
Like smokes him and then steamrolls him to get like a couple of minutes later for a try.
Yeah.
Had Joash's number, that bloke. Not the scoreline most people were expecting, but the Broncos haven't been bad. Eels have just been good in attack and defence, was my little point there. But yeah, lads, thoughts on the first half? Britto, start with you, mate.
Yeah, Hetherington put a good shot on Big Junior. I think he just came on. So yeah, Hetherington would have just came on. It was just before Junior went off. He's hit him around the hips like Kobe loves to do. Good lift, good sort of put him on his back sort of thing. So that was really good to see. But I was sort of confident. I was like, yeah, this is fine. We're going well. We'll come out. We'll just keep doing what we're doing and we'll just grind out a win sort of thing. Looking at Mitchell Moses, I was like, how long can the team hold on around him? I know they haven't been playing bad, but they don't exactly have a team full of, superstars. They've got the select few there. How long can they keep this up? The minimum errors, the time that the ball is in play. Surely we are fitter than these guys. And we've got the maturity. That's another thing that I'm getting the shits with. We've got maturity all over the field, and we're just not executing like we have that. It's Hunt and Renault really haven't clicked for me, unfortunately, as much as what I envisioned. Maybe, I'm here, obviously, not down there, but that's my opinion. That was my frustration for the first half.
Yep. Ringer, what are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, mate. Got a one shout out before I get into rinsing them. Brendan Piacura this game. I was really happy with Brendan's defence. Every time they come down to our left side, their right side, he was chopping blokes. Like, he was brilliant in defence. I was really impressed. So I was thinking, oh, well, that's a good sign. But, and now once again, in hindsight, when you come to the end of the game, for the first half and you're thinking, Jesus, we're not getting much out of Paddy and Payne or X. Like, we should be dominating this forward pack, and we weren't. Like, there was no sort of, there was no offloads. There was nothing up the middle. There was no, with that three-pronged attack when they're all on the field, especially when they all run on, we're like, well, I was expecting for it to break down about the middle of the half where we just see Payne Haas just skittling players. And it didn't happen. And I was like, oh, maybe they've just come out really good and that, we'll wear them down. Same thing. We're playing grindy footy. We're not dropping the ball at this stage, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we just come out in the second half and we'll gas them and then that stuff will start to happen. As we'll get to, it didn't. So it's funny that bit of hindsight. How do they come out flat after a bloody bye? I'll never know. But it's obvious that they seem flat, isn't it? Now that you look at that, the lack of punch that we had with those three absolute weapons of forwards we got out there. So interesting. But I wasn't not confident at this stage either. Like, I thought we still had plenty of weapons to go. So,
Yep. No, I was, the exact same. I thought, we're still winning. It's 14-12. It's a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be at this stage. But yeah, I was still silently confident, or not even that silently. I was talking a bit of shit at home. So, so no, I definitely thought exactly that. Eels are going to get gassed, and then our big fellas are just going to start steamrolling, creating gaps, and then your strike players, your fast boys are going to come up through, and just absolutely smoke them. But as we're about to get into that, bit of a fairy tale, that one, unfortunately. So anyway, here we go. Second half, Eels kick off. And once again, a couple of minutes of just backwards and forwards, grindy sort of footy, which was good to see. And then in the 43rd minute, Reece Walsh flicks the ball out the back to absolutely nobody after making a really nice break. Like, made a break, still had Katoni and Arthurs on the side, and then just flicks the ball out to nobody, squandering a really good Broncos attacking opportunity. Turns it into an Eels attacking opportunity, doesn't he? So, and then in the 44th minute, a minute later, because of that, Eels attacking opportunity ends with a try to Zach Lomax after the Eels spread it through the hands on the 5th for Lomax to dive over in the corner. Now, yes, it's good. It's good that a few of the thoroughbreds have come to Reece's defence, but I think that was 100% Reece's fault, that try. They never should have been in that position to even have an attacking opportunity to score the try. Broncos should have been down, the other end, putting a bit of pressure on their defence, but instead they had to back up and, do 5 tackles only for them to spread the ball, and they end up scoring. I've got Walsh to blame for that one, and I'll stand by it. Kick converted, 18-14 to the Eels. Chaps, what are your thoughts on that one, Britto?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that we came out of the sheds and just conceded straight away. And this is, what's to come sort of thing with Reece, where he was just trying something. So I don't know. And in hindsight, but like the thoroughbred said, he was the only one trying, it seemed. I don't know if the vibe in the shed, he was like, nah, I've got to, do something here to sort of get us over the line. And that's where it started. But again, out on the edge, Lomax has clearly turned the origin button off and he's back to Club Lomax, which is almost unstoppable at some stages. And I was like, well, again, it's out on the edge. I can live with this. We just need to hit back. We'll get into it. We've come out slow like we always do. Surely we've learned our lesson. And that's where my head was at with that one.
Yep. Ringer?
Yeah, mate. Just die with the ball, Reece. Like, you've done all the good work. Just hit the deck with it, mate. Quick, you've already skinned your man. It would have been a quick play the ball, probably six again if you fought to get to the, like, I think what happened is he got to where he was getting quicker than he thought he was going to get there. So all of a sudden, instead of getting around his man and then trying to set up the 3-on-2, he was past that and then was in contact, and then for some reason fucking decided to throw it. It's just frustrating as shit because die with the ball. What's the worst that can happen? I think it was the 4th, wasn't it? 4th tackle. So we would have had another one punch to the middle, either, grub her in behind, do something, and we would have had them down their end. It is, yeah. You got to call it out. Like, I understand he was trying something, but sometimes he done the good thing that we needed. We didn't need to do more than what he already done. He skinned his man, created the opportunity. So take it to the ground and remember that for next time, that you know that you're going to, if you get that opportunity, you know you've got the speed to get around them, and then use Katoni, use Arthur's, So, yeah, it was frustrating.
It was interesting to see that we went from high percentage footy to low percentage in the space of a half time.
Yeah.
Like just instantly.
Yeah.
But
Yes, and unfortunately, it doesn't get any better. So we'll continue on. From the 44th minute into the 47th minute, drop ball from Ezra Mam in the Broncos' end gives the Eels another attacking opportunity. Then in the 48th minute, great call from the ref to rule a forward pass, preventing the Eels fullback Joash Papali scoring a try. The Broncos take the Eels. So the Eels number 3, Will Penasini, he's got the ball, tries to go into the corner. Broncos, there's about 3 or 4 of them sort of force him out, and then he just somehow gets a pass away straight into Joash's hands, who dives over. But the ref luckily calls it that it was a forward pass. I've seen more forward passes not get called a forward pass than that one, so I feel like we're probably maybe a little lucky to get away with that one for sure. You boys got any thoughts on that one? Was it a forward pass? 100%? No, maybe.
No, it definitely was. It was forward, because the only reason is because of the angle that Penasini was when he threw it. Like, he was blowing up because it would have felt backwards to him because he flicked it out the back. But he wasn't facing the try line; he was facing the sideline, sort of thing. So that it did look odd, but it was definitely forward because he was facing the wrong direction to throw. You couldn't throw that ball any other way than the way he threw it. So, because he was blowing up, he's like, "What?" And then, like, you can understand because he's flicking it backwards, but he was facing the wrong way. But it was lucky. Like, once again, it's a fucking lucky call. It was only B's dick in that, and it does go backwards, and Joash scores. So, once again, and the panic stations are clicking in now, and like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yep. Britto?
If it was forward and they got away with it, they certainly evened the ledger up in the last minute of the game. Is where I'll leave that one.
Yeah. Yes, we will inevitably get to that part of the game. After that, the Broncos do their third interchange. Billy Walters, my absolute best friend and favourite player of the world, he comes on for Benny Hunt, obviously.
The different.
Then in the 49th minute, we see a penalty to the Broncos for an Eels offside. Now, when the ref blows, the penalty, the camera will normally zoom in on the player that caused the penalty, so you sort of know who it was. And the camera showed that it was Eels number 16, Matt Dory, but I'm pretty sure it was the number 4, Sean Russell, just scorching off the line. But he sort of, I don't know, he might have got away with that one. The cameraman didn't see him, but I thought it was Sean Russell scorching off the line, created the penalty for the Broncos. Then in the 50th minute, we see a Broncos captain's challenge on a Katoni Staggs drop ball in the tackle. Captain's challenge is successful after the replay shows Staggs just hanging onto it the whole time. So it was good because, basically Staggs just straight up after the call was made, it was just like, nope, hold on to it, challenge it sort of thing. And luckily it, not lucky, it was, he was right the whole time. So, successful captain's challenge. So we retain our captain's challenge. A Broncos set ends in an Eels dropout after their fullback, Joash Papali, is tackled in goal after a kick from Reece Walsh. Also in that 50th minute, the Eels have their 4th interchange. Then in the 52nd minute, lucky break for Broncos after Paddy Carrigan gets in the road of a ball from Reynolds to Walsh. But luckily it's ruled that the Eels player is offside. Just no communication there. That ball was never going to Paddy. It was always going to Walsh out the back. And I don't know where Paddy's head was, but it wasn't on that play, that's for sure. So Broncos with a great attacking chance. That chance ends in an intercept from the Eels winger Josh Addo-Carr. So a little bit disappointing there. That was sort of like I don't know, like Reynolds had the ball, and rather than just doing that rainbow pass over the top to Arthurs, he sort of does like a harder, flatter sort of pass. And Addo-Carr just sort of plucks it out of the air, unfortunately. Then after that, in the 52nd...
Once again...
talk to me. No, you're right, you're right.
Once again, die with the fucking ball.
Yeah.
It's a very low percentage play from a 5 million game fucking halfback. Like, it's just unnecessary, isn't it? Like, because he didn't throw it that way. He sort of got in behind, and his body was turned and threw it the wrong way for which the side he was on, if you know what I mean. So it was already a hard fucking difficult. If it comes off, great. But I mean, it's a low percentage play. Yeah, so, absolutely. You're thinking the same as what Moses did. Is there a grubber in behind that's worth fucking a shot there if Addo-Carr's in your line of sight when you're passing this ball? But anyway, it's just some little decisions from our general sometimes that make you wonder. Because it was on, but it was very difficult for him at that time because he was facing the wrong fucking direction. Like, he was all at sea.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I'm with you there 100%. Anyway, we'll keep going. So, into the 52nd and 53rd minute, the Eels do their 5th interchange and the Broncos do their 4th. Xavier Willison comes on for Paddy Carrigan. Then in the 54th minute, pass from Reece Walsh to Jesse Arthurs is deemed forward, giving the Eels another attacking opportunity. It was forward. So, I've just got Walsh with the errors creeping in as a little side note. And, I don't think there's too many people that are going to disagree with that one. 56th minute, beautiful try-saving tackle from Katoni Staggs on Josh Addo-Carr with the help from Reece Walsh taking him over the side. Yeah. Mitchell Moses, captain's challenges that one for like a potential shoulder charge from Reece Walsh. But replay shows that, tackle was all sweet, no shoulder charge or anything like that. And so obviously captain's challenge is unsuccessful for the Eels, and just a superb tackle by Katoni Staggs with, just good sort of backup support from Walsh. Do you lads have anything to say about that? Britto?
I do. When they did that captain's challenge, my first thought when they lost it, and I seen the rails like, because we know Reece has got that in him a little bit. And I seen the rails like, no, all good there. I was like, that could cost you guys the game there without having that captain's challenge. Just with the way that some of the reffing was going, I was like, oh, and the errors from both sides were starting to creep in. Obviously, we've been successful with Katoni and the challenge there, but I was like, you just burnt that now, and that could definitely come back to haunt you later on.
I was definitely hoping that was going to be the case, because my thoughts were exactly the same. Yes, you've lost your captain's challenge now, so hopefully some calls start going our way, because at that stage we sort of needed them to. So Ringer, do you have anything, mate?
I know, I'm proud of the boys. Like, this is such the contradiction of this game, is that there's some efforts in it that were fucking outstanding, and then some that just make your head spin. So, and I was definitely worried, because I know Reece will throw a shoulder in quick to try and save a try. Like, which I love, that he wants to fucking, he'll stop you no matter what. So I was worried, and like in the slow-mo when he's coming in, oh no, here it comes, and then that arm just comes out, like, oh God, yes, thank fuck for that. And it was a great try saver, 100%.
Yeah. No, it was a great tackle from Staggs and Walsh. So good to see. Into the 57th minute, a poor 5th tackle kick from Ezra Mann sees the ball hit the uprights and having it bounce back. But unfortunately, Kobe Hetherington just, couldn't hang on to it. So potentially a try gone begging there. But what a shit kick that was from Ezra. He was not planning to kick it like that at all, and it was just luck that it hit the uprights and bounced back. Otherwise, that was going to be a 20-meter tap for the Eels for sure. But it just bounced back, and just Kobe just couldn't hang on to it, unfortunately. So try gone begging there.
The my thoughts straight away. But this is how confident I was in that we were going to score in that moment. I went, I wonder what Kobe for a 2+ was paying.
Yeah.
And then just went to shit. I was
Doesn't
like,
matter.
fuck.
No, it was you.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
Well, but this talks to this point at the moment. When Ezra done that shit kick off the boot, and you're like, what the fuck? You go, well, hang on. I haven't heard Ezra's fucking name called this whole game.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
what
quiet.
the fuck's going on? Like, you start thinking, well, Jesus, if this is his main, touch so far this game, we're halfway through the second half, and this is what you're throwing up. Jesus Christ. So, very lucky that it hit the post. Very unlucky that poor old Kobe was going to iron some poor cunt out. Next thing, the ball's in his face, and he just built it. I was screaming too. I was like, "Fuck yeah, God, no!"
Yeah.
Because we score there, it's all over.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. But also in that 57th minute, Broncos do their 5th interchange. Big bad Payne Haas comes on for Corey Jensen, who goes off. And then in the 59th minute, Billy fucking Walters.
The difference.
Try to my best friend and favourite player of all time. After a lovely 5th tackle run from Reece Walsh, creating the breaking, setting up Billy to slide over next to the sticks. Kick converted, 20-18. Lads, talk to me about that one. Ringer, I'll start with you, mate.
That was, we've seen Reece not catch the bomb. We've seen him fucking flick one out to get intercepted. We've seen a forward pass that was, marginally 8 meters forward. And then all of a sudden, 5th tackle, you're thinking, Jesus, what's going on? He puts a left foot on that would have beaten 3 defenders if they were in front of him. He'd fucking moved that far. It was incredible. And then the speed, it's that rocks or diamonds shit where you go, well, that's why he's on the fucking big bucks, because there's literally maybe one other player in the game that can do shit like that to you. And he's coaching the Tigers at the minute. So, but once again, at this stage, you go, right, we're on here. They're starting to tire. We're still going. Billy Walters is on, and you could see Billy. God, the evolution of Billy Walters. I'm sure we'll get to it later, but Christ, when he comes on, we seem to start stacking momentum, and I think that's what happened in that set. Is that the service was so clean, and we're getting some momentum that when Reece got the ball, he seen that the line was stretched and took him on. So. Oh, happy, very happy for him. Very happy for Billy. Glad that Reece finally got something off his chest.
Yep, definitely. Britto?
Let's ignore the fact that it was a 5th tackle. So we're looking at a very, low percentage play again.
Yeah.
If it's not 5th tackle though, very high percentage. It's just Reece being Reece, and then support play up the middle. And like you said, we've seen him flick it out. We've seen him push an issue. Don't do that. Let's just get clean play, get to our front, and then we'll let our talent and our support do the rest. And I was with you. I was like, here we go. This is what we need to do. Let's just do this from now on in.
Yep.
Here's the blueprint.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think everybody was probably with that mentality. Yes, we've, finally got them on the back foot. We're going to be able to stack some tries now these last 20 minutes, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So yes, after Billy's try, kick converted, 20-18, Broncos are in front. In the 61st minute, offside call on Jordan Ricky after a Broncos 5th tackle kick ends with a Reece Walsh bat back. So the ball bounces into the feet of Katoni Staggs, and Jordan Ricky, he regathers it, but he's in front of Staggs. So yes, it's ruled as an offside. Great kick chase and bat back from Walsh, I thought. So sort of, in my mind, is like, right, you're making amends. You obviously created that time for Billy. You got a, great kick chase. You got you jumped up. You got above everybody, batted the ball back. Exactly what you wanted to do. You didn't even try to catch it and try to do, some fancy shit. Just bat it back to the team and hope they can come up with something. So I thought it was really, really good for Walsh to do that. But unfortunately, just straight into the feet of Katoni and bounces forward, and Ricky picks it up. So Yes, offside for the Broncos, unfortunately. Also in that 61st minute, the Eels do their 6th interchange. Then into the 63rd minute, we see a penalty to the Eels after a high shot on Zach Lomax by Brendan Piakura on basically the Broncos try line after Zach catches yet another Mitchell Moses bomb. So, yeah, Eels with a great chance at another try here. And then a minute later, into the 64th minute, we go try to the Eels, number 5, Josh Addo-Carr in the corner after the Eels spread the ball through the hands. Arthur shooting off the line to basically create the space for Addo-Carr to go in. Kick hits the uprights, so not converted. 22-20 to the Eels. Lads, thoughts on that one? Britto, start with you, mate.
That's the high tackle that Piakura got on report for. On that one. So, yeah. Anyway, disappointing. I thought with Josh Addo-Carr going over, I was like, they're attacking both sides now. I was like, oh shit. So yeah. Anyway, I still had faith at this time. Put it that way.
Yep. Ringer, what are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, disappointed to see him go over again and relatively untouched. Again is disappointing. We've obviously our defensive shape is up and in by the sound of it. So the Eels have found that out. This, obviously videoed us up and spread the ball quickly and get to their edges, not trying to run it into the line. It was actually, I think it was a great ball from Hawkins, I think, who threw it. Was a fucking ripper. But still, it was far too easy. So, yeah, panic.
Panic.
After this
Panic in the 64th minute. And yeah, good reason, because the Eels are winning 22-20. Then in the 65th minute, Broncos do their 6th interchange. Paddy Carrigan comes on for Kobe Hetherington, who goes off. Then in the 68th minute, Adam Reynolds, 40-20, just diffused by the skin of the Eels fullback, Joe Ash Papali's teeth. I thought, I honestly thought that he knocked that ball forward, trying to keep it in play personally, but wasn't ruled that way. It was ruled as just a, carry on sort of thing. But yeah, I kind of thought that he knocked that ball forward. Do you lads think the same, or am I talking shit?
Nah, I was the same, and I started to panic at this point as well, because I was like, we're getting into areas where the ref's call is going to decide this, and I just didn't like it. I was like, can we just get like a 12-point buffer, and then if those calls don't go away, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not talking about it, sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ringer?
Yeah.
I thought
100%.
it was.
If it touches a couple of hands, I don't know. You can't panic too much about this shit, because it shouldn't worry you. You shouldn't be in a position for this to fucking annoy you, but it does annoy you when it's these games that are close and tight, and it always happens when you're not fucking, you haven't got any momentum, or you look like ass. This shit never happens when you're flying. Like, you get all those calls, don't you? So
yeah, no, exactly right. I think it was more of a what could have been, like get a fresh set, on their 20, they would have had to just run back 40 meters and then face another set, and we're starting to steamroll home. Could have potentially been a game changer, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. In the 68th, 69th, and 70th minute, we see 3 interchanges. The Eels do their 7th and 8th, and the Broncos do their 7th, with Jack Goss coming on for Xavier Willison, who goes off. Then the 71st minute, unorganised 5th tackle from the Broncos see Payne Haas kick the ball. What the fuck was that? I thought Reynolds wasn't anywhere to be seen. When I was first watching and I saw Payne kick it, I was like, oh, that was his only option, which is ridiculous, because how many kicking options does the Broncos have at the moment? And I was like, how has there been nobody there to kick the ball? And I was thinking, maybe, Reynolds was back, setting up for a 2-point field goal or something like that. Rewatched it, and Reynolds was right next to Payne. All Payne had to do was just throw the hands to the kick bloke, But Reynolds was right next to him when he kicked it. So I'm not sure what the big fella was thinking, but try to do a little chip and chase. But unfortunately, the Eels regather it pretty easily. yeah, a little bit of a questionable one there from the big fella.
And
Then
it's
in this,
again, why
oh,
are we
sorry.
disorganised on fifth when we've got possibly one of the best short kickers in the game? We've got Billy Walters, we've got Ezra Mam, we've got Reece Walsh. On fifth
And Ben Hunt
tackle,
was. Oh no, Benny Hunt wasn't on at that stage. Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
keep going.
he's just about to come on, so lucky he
Oh,
wasn't on because he would have got a fucking spray too. But
yeah,
we've got 4 options. We're getting deep into needing to put pressure on to win this game, and we come to the fifth tackle when we're in pretty good field position, and we somehow run a fuck like that. I have no idea how professional fucking rugby league training goes, but surely there is option A, B, C, D, and E. So if you're in this position at the end of the game, and I know you're fatigued, and you look up and it's fifth and you see pain, grab it yourself, Billy, or
yeah,
do some fucking thing. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that Renault was not too worried about it because Ezra's called for a short side raid or a short side play, and Billy hasn't heard it. That's the only thing I can think of that makes sense, that how you could fuck something up that badly in a professional fucking sport, because even Renault didn't look like he wasn't in position either. That's
Yeah.
that's the odd part about it. And like Langer said, he's only right there. Like, it's not as if he was fucking tackled back there somewhere. Like, if he wanted the ball, he only had to take 4 steps inside and he would have been inside pain anyway. So that's the only thing I can put it down to, is that they set up a short side play. Renault knew that. Billy didn't fucking hear it. And then, I don't know.
Yep.
Frustrating.
Yes, good word to call it. Frustrating indeed. Then into the 72nd minute, Katoni Staggs breaks the Eels defence on the Broncos' 30-metre line and runs 50 metres to set up a great chance for the Broncos. That's the first tackle. Mate, when he made that break, I was yahooing and carrying on. I was like, he's only got the fullback to beat. Bring out that 200 grand a year to Katoni Staggs fend that we all love to see. Bring that out, put his face into the dirt and stroll over my boy. But yeah, Joash actually gets him pretty good. So yeah, tackles him really, really well, unfortunately. Then in the second tackle, sees the Broncos spread it to Shibasaki, ends up spreading it to Shibasaki, who looks to pass to Josiah Karapani. Nowhere to be seen. That boy is jogging 15 metres behind the play, preventing what would have probably been a Broncos try. If he was there, he was open space, cruising down the sideline. He probably would have gone in then. So, yeah, I don't know whether Karapani was gassed or what. Like, it's the 72nd minute. They've just done a 50-metre break, so he's had to run 50 metres, sort of thing. So, don't know. But, yeah, Broncos with a 6 again for an Eels offside. But I know Shibba wasn't too fucking happy with that one. He was blowing up. So, yeah, another sort of try goes begging. From that 6 again into the 73rd minute, Gemmet Shibasaki drops the ball after a bullet pass from Reece Walsh inside the Eels' 10 metres. So basically, second opportunity goes begging in as many minutes. So, yes, frustration and panic creeping in for us. Unfortunately, at this stage, in that 73rd minute, the Broncos do their 8th interchange. Ben Hunt comes on for Brendan Piakura. So now the Broncos have more kicking options than not on the field. Then into the 75th minute, kick out on the full by Reece Walsh gives the Eels a chance to seal the game. A little note here, Walsh rocks and diamonds, brilliant and frustrating. And I think that's, how probably everybody was feeling at this stage. Chance ends with an Eels knock-on on the 5th tackle kick. So, yeah, sort of just, I don't know, what are your thoughts when he kicked it out on the full? What was your sort of mentality around Reece's mentality there? Ring, I'll start with you, mate.
Yeah. Once again, pulling the trigger, trying to pull off something. Like, he's going for a 40-20. It was fucking nowhere near it either. That's the worst thing. Like, it was over the red stripe outside the fucking, over the touchline. So, just frustrating. We're down by fucking nothing. And he has got a big boot. Boot it to the corner and let's go see what the fuck we can do. Like, I understand the 40-20 play, I do. But I mean, that kick was so awful. Like, oh, fuck the boy, no.
Yep.
You just start screaming at the poor kid, like, anyway, and then you just got to remember that try set up. You just got to remember that try set up. But I mean, if it was anyone else, you'd be fucking booting him, wouldn't you? But next week if he'll fucking score 4.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. Britto, what was your mentality when you saw that ball go out on the full, mate?
Yeah, I was pretty pissed. I wanted them to kick down, try and defend. The Eels at this point were fucked. They were
Yeah.
gassed like shit. And I was like, surely, and the commentators were saying like, oh, 2-point field goal, Renault, like all that sort of stuff. I was like, let's get down there, get a 2-pointer, tie it up, scoreboard pressure, and the way that the Eels were, I was like, they won't hold on. We'll just be too strong, too late in the game, and we'll roll over, and something will open up for us, and it'll just be a hands play, Karapani in the corner sort of stuff to win the game. And then you just see it, you see him kick the absolute skin off it too, and you're like, that's going nowhere near where he wanted it.
Yep.
And rocks and diamonds straight up. It's the first thing.
Yep. Anyway, we've only got a couple more to go, and then we'll have a chat about what happened at the end there. 76th minute, a certain break down the side by Jesse Arthurs is stopped by a failed interception from Josh Adokar there. I think that was a great defensive read by Josh, to be honest, because Jesse was away. That would have been a pretty good foot race, actually.
Yeah.
Adokar, who used to be the fastest man on the planet, according to old Philip, but he certainly isn't anymore. And Arthurs has got some wheels as well, so that would have been a pretty good sort of foot race, that one. But wasn't meant to be. Broncos with a fresh set of 6. Then 2 minutes later, into the 78th minute, the 5th tackle run from the Broncos sees Jordan Ricky tackled on the Eels' 3-metre line after a very nice run from him, actually. It was a good little play. All he needed to do was get his hands free, get that ball free, and we were probably in, to be honest. So, a little bit more frustrating there. It was a good run by him, don't get me wrong, but just need to get those hands free and just get the ball away at any sort of point. I think he could have just thrown it to anybody and just seen what would have happened rather than take that tackle on the 5th and the 78th minute sort of thing. So, yes, unfortunately.
I figured out what we have to expect with Jordan, right? Jordan's brilliant, but they call him Pretty Ricky. Gorgeous human being, jack to the eyeballs, will cut you in half, will fucking absolutely do some damage to you. Poor cunt can't fucking think. There's a couple of times.
Have everything.
and that's it. You can't. He's probably fucking hung like a fucking rogue elephant too. So you can't be good looking. You can't be fucking great defensive player and all this and have brains, right? Because there's a couple of moments in this game. There's one really early on. I can't even remember what it was. I think it was a penalty we gave away or something. Anyway, done something really fucking dumb. And then that one where he picked up the ball when he was offside when Reece batted it back. You're like, fucking, what are you doing? Leave it. And then this one where he will just, like, he gets through. Wait for your support. Draw, pass, try time. And he just fucking charges. Anyway, it's like, he's Pretty Ricky. He's not Cluey Ricky. He's not fucking Bright Ricky. He's Pretty Ricky. And we'll take it. Like, I'm not, all the better for you.
Yep. No, I'm with you there. Righto, thoroughbreds. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. 79th minute. I've got absolute roller coaster of emotions, which I think is a very accurate term for the couple of minutes that followed. So, Gemmet Shibasaki, grubbers on the 5th tackle, which the Eels fullback Joash Papali fails to gather the ball and knocks it on. The ball is then kicked forward and grounded in the Eels' goal by Reece Walsh, which would have been the match-winning try, but unfortunately it was deemed that Reece was in front of Shibba when he kicked it, so the try was denied, breaking the hearts of thousands of thoroughbreds all over the world. Now, look, I thought he was in front of him, but hey, I will happily hear arguments against it. So, Britto, talk to me. Thoughts, mate?
Mate, after Tedesco's effort,
Oh.
right? Yeah, after Tedesco's effort in the night before, and you have a look at how close he was, I understand you have to be completely behind the ball before. Now, we have cameras, I'm pretty sure, in that stadium that can get them the right angle and everything that they need to make a decision on that. The more I look at it, the more I look at each replay, I know I'm slowing it down. I don't know. I thought he was just at worst in line, dead in line sort of thing. And yeah, if you're going to give the Tedesco one, you got to give those. But it's the inconsistency that I'm probably getting the shits at more than anything. So, but yeah, it would have been just that absolute rocks and diamonds again of Reece. Hey, don't worry, I was in the rule book. If Reece was outside 10 meters when Joe Ash knocked that ball on, he's instantly back on side, pick it up, try time. But he would have been 6 meters sort of thing. So yeah, unfortunate.
Yep. Ringer, what are your thoughts, mate?
If he was offside, no, my thoughts are just fucking rage, because like that emotion of holy fuck, we've pulled this out of the bag, right? From my SuperCoach captain for the weekend. So fucking anyway, whatever. We won't talk about that. But what gets me that I want a fucking investigation into is that when they call these fucking things back, it's usually for something a lot more blatant. Like if the ball is bobbled, if he was 6 inches offside, and he's 15 meters infield, where's the call come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To go up and usually when they do those fucking reviews, there's something obvious, and there wasn't even one replay, I don't think, before they're like, nah, he's offside. So Moses must have fucking got into his ear and started chirping or something, because
conspiracy in me, mate. Ashley fucking Klein was the video bunker.
yeah.
And he's heard me talk shit about him, and he's like, nah, I'll fuck these. Everyone on the field was okay with it.
Yeah.
Like all the touchies, the ref, instant. There was no, whatever. I don't even think Moses whinged. I think it was just like shit, sort of thing.
Your conspiracy theory is Ashley Klein. I'm picturing fucking Brandy up in the box like, he's on fucking side, he's offside, because that fucking Brandy hates us with a passion. But I mean,
how do we get him every game?
Every fucking time we get Brandy, and he just hates us. But I mean, if he was, and I'm still I've seen a fair few things where they've got the line drawn there. Like if he was, he's got half of 1 foot in front of where, and then the night before, James Tedesco's in fucking 3 postcodes away, offside, and they're like, nah, that's fine.
All good. Yeah.
It's just so frustrating, the inconsistency of it. There's another one with Targo scoring a try from a fucking fumble bullshit thing that's just... Anyway, we'll get to that later, but just the absolute, that roller coaster where you just like, fuck yeah! Damn it.
Yeah.
We did a Lincoln at the Knighted Bar.
Yeah.
With the charge down, mate.
It makes my heart sink every time I see that clip come up. I'm like, oh, poor Link.
Yeah.
Yes, so it was bitter pill to swallow. We'll chalk that up to. A little side note here: Payne Haas hobbles off the field, so bit of a double blow to the Broncos there. Nobody that follows the Broncos wants to see Mr. Haas hobbling off the field. That's strikes fear into the heart of the best of us. So sort of have to wait another couple of days to see what happens there, because Britto, you haven't found anything on him, have you? And I haven't seen or heard anything from him, so hopefully it was just a burner sort of thing. Might have tweaked his ankle or something, and it wasn't his back flaring up or anything like that. Eels then proceed to just run out the clock like the fucking cowards that they are. And ladies and gentlemen, that is full time for an Eels win, 22-20. couple of full-time sort of notes here. Broncos with too many errors at too many crucial times. Multiple missed try opportunities from the Broncos. We just sort of went through them, but yeah, there was sort of too many. Reece with a shocker of a game, but it shouldn't have been that close to begin with, so he's not solely to blame. And yes, I will stand by that. Eels were the better team on the night, even with a full-strength Broncos team, which I think that's probably another sore point for us as Broncos fans, that, you know, there was hyped up all week, like they've just come off a bye, they're rested, they're relaxed, finally get to see, you know, the big six all play together for the first time, playing the Eels, who have just been absolutely fingered by most teams this season. Everybody was expecting not that. So, yes, it was sort of just blow after blow after blow. But Mitchell Moses, excellent. Absolutely excellent. You give credit where credit is due. He's a New South Welshman. He does not play for the Broncos, but he was outstanding. Billy Walters, once again, comes on and scores a try. Makes a bit of a difference, but, yeah, sort of not the outcome we were all sort of expecting. Broncos 13 plus, paying $1.77. Squandered. So I know a few of the thoroughbreds probably would have wrapped around that one. We certainly did. So that was a bit sort of unfortunate. And then, yeah, the last couple of notes, bit of soul searching this week, and we go again. And yeah, as always, bring on the bunnies. Lads, thoughts on the entirety of the game? Britto, I'll start with you, mate.
Yeah, very disappointing that we basically had our full strength squad and we couldn't grind out a win even. So that was very disappointing. Looking ahead at the Rabbitohs, like you said, we got to be very careful because Wayne Bennett, will have them up for this. I mean, I know he had them up against the Sharks yesterday, and they nearly got the job done. They've been devastated with injuries, but again, if we play like shit instead of what we're supposed to be doing, we're in big danger. I think maybe because the Titans did what they did, top four isn't out of our reach at the moment, depending on what they do with the Warriors, whatnot. But yeah, it certainly put a bit of a dampener on the run into the finals.
Definitely. Ringer, what are your thoughts on the game, mate?
Yeah, I think that's probably the most disappointing thing for me coming out of it, is that we fucking let 2 points just go into the ether, and then the Titans come and pull off a miracle and fuck up the Warriors, which would have made us, I think, one win away, Britto. Is that
2
right?
points, yeah. 2 points away
Yeah,
from them.
correct.
And
Yep.
you know, we think, you know, we should have pumped these losers, and then we're looking at the Rabbits, who are absolutely decimated by injury. And, you know, if the Warriors trip, stumble, or fall, we're sitting there ready to take the chocolates. And now we're fucking Nelly handed the fucking Panthers a top four finish if the Warriors keep shit in the bed. So that just annoyed the fuck out of me more, that the Titans won and the Panthers starting to look like fucking demons again. So we've probably squandered that opportunity to take that top four spot. Unimpressed with Ezra Mam and Ben Hunt. Very unimpressed. Benny tackles his dick off and whatever, but yeah, you can't say that we looked more threatening with Benny than we did with Corey Pakes. And and Pakes is not an attacking hooker. So I don't know. I don't, and I want Benny to grab the fucking game by the scruff like he usually does when he gets that 9 roll. Like, he'll jump out and fucking kick into the corner and lead the chase and let's go and fuck these losers up. He'll, you know, take some scoots. He'll smack some. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Understanding it's only his, second or third game. He has had an injury, whatever, but we did seem to look a lot better with Billy coming on. Ezra did fucking nothing this game. And I know we didn't see much opportunity down that left side, but he did fucking nothing. And in a game like this, he's a run threat. So run the fucking thing. Like, it's when the chips are down and we're not going to go around them, use your footwork and your speed and come back through the middle and try something. But yeah, it was very disappointing. It's disappointing that we played like that badly and we fucking nearly won it on the bell. So maybe a loss isn't the worst thing in the world. Like we said, for the ladies losing to the Roosters, like, maybe you're better off not winning it on the bell and thinking you get away with one. Maybe you're better off losing and getting that wake-up call going into finals going, well, fuck, if we're going to lose to the Parramatta Eels, who are coming last, we better fucking sharpen our pencils or we're going to find it very hard to go into the finals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
especially because we got the Storm twice, don't we?
Yeah.
Coming, so that's going to be fun.
Yep. Yes,
And
indeed.
the Cowboys, who've decided to start playing football again.
We'll get on to player of the match. Thoroughbreds, very, very adamant. Billy Walters got their player of the match. 31 minutes, 4 points, 1 try, 6 runs for 74 metres and 8 post contact. He had 5 runs from dummy half with 57 metres gained just from his dummy half run, so good stuff there. 4 tackle breaks, 20 tackles with 2 missed and 0 ineffective for 90.91% efficiency. 0 errors is probably the bigger one
Good
there.
on him.
Now, I racked my brain. I went through the team list so many times to try and give myself a man of the match. That's how bad and disappointed that I was. Every time I went to say, oh, well, this person, sure. And then I'd look at another stat and it was, oh, you did nothing really, sort of thing. So, or you made multiple errors.
Yeah.
Or, there was an image that I had where you didn't play the best. So I've settled on an old warhorse who just did no wrong, Corey Jensen. He obviously started on the bench coming back from that injury. He played 31 minutes as well. 12 runs for 107 metres and 47 post contact, where in a game where we weren't winning in the middle is still pretty solid. He had 1 tackle break, 18 tackles with 1 miss, 0 ineffective for 95% efficiency, and he had 0 errors. So well done, Corey. I'll give you a massive shout out, mate. That was a solid return back into the first grade squad. Top stats, Ricky tackled his dick off again with 51. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th week.
Yeah.
Where he's done that sort of stuff. If I have a look here, I've got my tackles all sorted out here. So I just want to have a quick look because I'm pretty sure he is, he's 2nd. So the most tackles obviously been Pat Carrigan because that's what he does. Ricky's up there. He's 552 for the season. Payne Haas 543, and Carrigan 620. So those lads are up and above 500s. The only other person above 500 is Kobe on 506. All up. The rest are well below. For the Eels, is it Geimer?
Yeah, Charlie Geimer.
46. Walsh had the most run meters. This is where I started to really calm my jets on hating with Walsh and stuff. 182 meters. Lomax had 158. Now, this is how solid the defense was. Most line breaks, we had 3 players with 1 line break each. That was it. And then they had Josh Adokar. He had a top of 2. And the rest of their team had 1 as well. And that was not a lot that were on 1. And I had 10 points. So he topped that. Shiba had the most post contact, which was 61. Pensini had 58. Most runs went to Walsh on 22. Same amount with Lomax on 22 as well. Offloads to Haas was 2. Eels had 3 people tied on 1. They also had 2 people tied on tackle breaks. Sorry, they tied on 7. And Shiba had 7 of his own. So he topped it for us there. Wise, we'll go the back line. We've got Walsh, Karapani, Staggs, Shiba, and Arthurs. The entire group had the most runs out of all the portions that we like to break the team up to. They had 79 runs for 644 meters. Tackle breaks was 22, which you would think and hope that with 22 tackle breaks we would have had a lot more points in us. But anyway, we move on from there. Walsh had 3 errors, 2 handling errors, but shout out to Karapani, Staggs, and Arthurs, who had a clean sheet of errors. Also, Karapani did 0 tackles.
Yeah, I just saw.
That's wild.
Yeah.
2 ineffective. I think that might have actually been updated. I'm just No, 2 ineffective, but 0 completed and 0 missed. So bit of a wild stat that they did not go down that side at all, or they kicked over him and scored. So, but yeah, any thoughts on the back line there, Langers?
Yeah, no, just sort of going through it, and obviously Reece Walsh with his 3 errors and 2 handling errors. That's obviously a bit of a glowing, sort of disappointing, negative side of things. But I mean, he still puts up a lot of good stats, and I think that's probably where the thoroughbreds will come to his defense, which is good. It's always good to back your team, and even when they are sometimes doing stupid shit, but at least it wasn't just a game just riddled with errors from Reece. He was rocks and diamonds. It wasn't just rocks. So 22 runs, 182 run meters. Love that. 6 kicks for 216 meters. He was getting boot the ball, so that's good. And yeah, so wasn't sort of too bad. I didn't think looking at these stats. I thought his stats would have been a lot worse than what ended up happening. So yeah, sort of happy to eat a little bit of humble pie, I guess. But no, I still think that those sort of errors that he did do, wrong time of the game, like letting the ball bounce. That's a try to the Eels. That flick out the pass, they end up scoring that next set. So technically 2 sort of tries out of the Eels that poor decisions from Reece Walsh. So I don't know. There's 2 sides to that coin, but no. Apart from that, the back line just it seemed to all be doing their job. But yeah, Karapani with 0 tackles. That's a little bit of a weird one considering Shibba did 8. So maybe Shibba doing it by himself and didn't need Karapani to come in. So yeah, but yeah, no. Apart from that, yeah, pretty good stats for a losing game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Reece had 43 receipts of the ball too. So 22 runs. He had 20 passes there. So he got his hand on the ball a lot, just trying his ass off. What about you, Ringer, mate, on the back line there?
Yeah, same thing. I'll say the piece on Reece is that if he attacks that ball and stops that try, or he doesn't flick it out and then they score after that set, you take either one of them away. You look at the 22 runs and the 182 meters and then the try set up, you go, that's a Reece game. But there was just too many those backup ones that, if one of them didn't happen, you'd just chalk it up as a Reece game. But the one, especially the uncontested kick one, I don't even know if that'll show up as on his stat as an error. So, if he cleans that one up,
it doesn't.
Completely different fucking story. The other one, I thought it was really interesting how neither of our centres looked dangerous at any point during the game. Katoni made that one break from a silky pass, but like we didn't just give it to Shibba or give it to Katoni as we do, give them early ball and then they sort of look dangerous or make some tackle breaks, like especially Shibba. Shibba looked locked up this game. So this is what I mean. Like there was a flatness across the board. So I don't know what that is. After a bye, they shouldn't be. They should be on their toes, especially at home. 40,000 fans, blah blah blah. I don't know. It seems odd because Paddy was off, Payne was off. Our forwards weren't dominating. X was off. And then our strike centres that usually when things are going bad, we start to make a roll. We send it out wide and one of our centres is going to do something. They're going to, Katoni's going to palm someone and give you that little bit of moment. Chibba's just so big and strong that he'll bust through some fucker and, get on the other side and that sort of gives you that bit of momentum. It just didn't happen this game. So, yeah, quite odd. And if your centers aren't doing that, well, your wingers are doing nothing. So, and that's what happened. The wingers did fucking nothing. I don't think Jesse would have been lucky to touch the ball 4 times.
Yeah. Yep. What he ended up with 12 runs that he had to come in looking for that work.
Yeah, coming out of our own end.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he only got the ball 17 times. So,
yeah.
All right. In the halves there, we got Man Reynolds Hunt. Hunt played 55 minutes, which is exactly what he played in the previous game. They have a cheat code when it comes to winning the points battle for the team because they've got Renault there kicking. He had a pretty solid game when it had a look at the stats. So 94% tackle efficiency. He made 15 tackles. He had 1 ineffective, but 0 missed. And then Hunt as well, 92%. He had 35 tackles, 3 missed, 0 ineffective. Ezra just really quiet across the entire board. Like we said, 7 runs, 53 meters. He only had 16 contact. When you're a bull running 5'8", that's not what you want to
Yeah.
see. He had 2 tackle breaks. Yeah, I guess you could say like the halves just really sort of were flat, and then maybe that's why it forced Reece into doing what he was doing,
Yeah.
from what I can see there. So, anything from you there, Ringer, on the halves, real quick?
No, disappointing. I'm very disappointed in
Yeah.
those three. I
Yep.
thought Renault was going to take control of the game early. I don't know whether that big fucking run took it out of him. He was fucked.
Probably,
Yeah.
actually, probably.
It's once again, we've got one of the best kickers in the game. We seem to fuck up our fifth tackle options because we never seem to be in position. We always seem to lose our head when we need that, we need that option. And Ezra did fucking nothing. Like, Reece had 22 runs and Ezra had 7 or whatever. What did he have? 7? And like
7, yeah.
So maybe that, like, why is Reece taking that many when you've got a running 5'8" that is as damaging as Ezra Mam? Like, take 5 or 6 off of Reece's. That should be Ezra running down that left edge and making the defense. They should be running in fucking tandem. They're probably two of the most hotly, hard to predict, hard to tackle, slipperiest motherfuckers on the field. And I don't think we've seen them run together once. So
yeah,
I think it comes back. That's at 7, 6, 9. Need to, control the troops. Where are we going? What are we doing? And I was very disappointed when you look back at the game after the second watch. Yeah, we just didn't seem directional, and we just rudderless, I think. And when both of your halves are doing that, it's fucking hard for everyone else to really do anything.
Yeah. So, what about you, Langers, mate? And the halves there.
Disappointing is a great word for the 6, 7, and 9. If Reynolds was gassed after his little dash there, or not a little dash, his long dash, you'd think, man, at this stage in his career, like, he's not new to this level. He should have been stepping up. Like, Reynolds probably should have said, mate, I'm fucked here. You need to take the reins, and he just didn't. And that probably does feed into Walsh's sporadic behavior with the flick out the back, the kicking out on the full, all that sort of stuff. Because like what a couple of you lads have mentioned, like, maybe he did have to take the reins himself, and like, well, I'm the only one that's going to create something, so I have to create something, sort of thing. Because the halves aren't. So I don't know whether we'll put Reynolds and Hunt on a pedestal, that we were thinking that they were just going to just change the game, like two old heads going to rethink the strategies of every coach that's going to play first grade, get the young fellas out of there and put the old heads in to steer the ship. But it just hasn't happened at all. And like, yes, injuries, all that sort of shit. But even when they have been playing, it just seems like they just haven't gelled probably the way that we were hoping that they would, or expecting that they would. So whether we've just put them on a pedestal or not, I don't really know. But like, tackle efficiency is good for the 60, 70 tackles that they did make. 87, 94, 92% efficiency. Like, that's good. Obviously, Reynolds with 9 runs and 127 run meters. That's largely due to 1 run that he did do. So that's always good to see. But disappointing is probably a good word to round out the halves, right?
Yeah, 100%. All right, onto the engine room here, and this is where we got absolutely bitched. And I didn't realize how bad until I was going back through the stats. So, Willison, Haas, Piakura, Ricky Carrigan. Ricky played the 80. Piakura came off there. 73 minutes he ended up punching out. I don't know why. I don't know if that was a play from Maz just to get Hunt out there, because that's who came on for him. So, anyway, Haas played 49, Willison had 41, Carrigan had 68 meters. They had the most post contact, as you would expect, but it was only 196 because Haas and Carrigan were the only ones that cracked 100. And so that's wild. They made 130 and 127 meters each. The tackle efficiency, though, still solid. You know, the entire group was 92%. They made 179 tackles. They only had 13 missed. I know I say only, but when you're nearly tackling 200 times with big boppers like what we have there, that's pretty good. And Payne Haas got him highlighted there. One kick, 13 meters. He beat everyone else in the kicking meters, so good stuff there. Why? Let's pass the guy with sciatica the ball.
Yeah.
He can give it a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like that's where we lost it. The Eels did a really good job at controlling and holding those boys back. What about you, Langers, mate? Any chat there?
Yeah, Big X, 41 minutes, 8 runs. That's weird to me. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah. Like, once again, might just be putting the big fella up on a pedestal too much after, a couple of brilliant games that he has done in the past. He obviously really stepped up when Haas was out, and maybe we're just hoping that that's just going to be him every game for the next 10 years sort of thing. So I don't know, but yeah, 41 minutes to 8 runs. I was expecting more from Big X, and, like, taking a little bit of pressure off Haas and Carrigan. They're like, oh, we've got that third option now. We don't need those two to be taking the ball up every single set, So, yeah, a little bit of another little disappointing one. But yeah, tackle efficiency is still good from everybody. 51 tackles by Ricky. Gotta applaud that. That's some good sort of efforts there. Only 5 runs for 80 minutes. Probably could have done more there. 26 post contact. I think he made 15 on that last run in the last sort of couple of minutes. So yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably would have liked to see a few more runs from him as well. Take a little bit of pressure off the big fellas. But yeah, overall, just not the stats that I was expecting for a game like this with the names that we have in that engine room, mate.
And like just looking quickly at the average for the season for run meters, Carrigan is doing 171 per game and Haas is doing 168.
Yeah.
So well below their average is what they were doing there.
Yeah.
What about you, Bringer, mate? Anything on the engine room?
Flat. Really flat. The stats don't lie about it because, like, Payne Haas for 130 meters, that's unheard of. It'd be very interesting to go back through the games and see how long it's been since he's made 130 meters if he's played more than 15 minutes. Because, it once again, like Ricky and Pecura combined for 15 runs. But Pecura I was happy with. Like, he did drop that ball, give away a penalty, but and the same, Ricky made 51 tackles, so there you go. But I mean, surely we can get them both. If we get them both to double digits, I don't know. And this screams to me, we need to fuck Jack Goss off, because these edges need to play 80 minutes. They need to not have this safety net sitting on the bench where they think they can fucking do nothing all game. And put Ben Tolte on, so that way when we have that rotation, Kobe and Ben Tolte come on, they bring energy, they bring fucking fundamentals, and they're just going to do fucking foreplay footy. It's not going to be anything fucking flash, but they'll lube you up in the middle until something's ready to slip in. And I don't know why, but it seems like our edges, not Ricky in this game, apart from a couple of little attacking errors, like, he was good. 51 tackles, you can't fucking deny that. That's a good effort. And Pecura I thought was good, but take the safety blanket away. You're not coming off. Use the fucking edges. Be the fucking edges. Carry this team to the fucking, for the whole 80, and then that gives you a bench of, probably be Willis and Mont Jensen's better. Like, it'll be Willis and Tolte, Kobe and Billy. Like, fucking thank you very much. Like, all energy, all fucking gun, all go forward. So that way, if there is a flat spot, go. Because unfortunately, Jack doesn't bring that, like, energy. Oh, Jack Goss is on, we're going to get some go forward now, or we're going to be energetic in defence. It doesn't come on. So when our superstars aren't firing, we don't have that backup, except for Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe comes on and has a red hot crack all the fucking time because he's only got one gear. So, yeah, they were just flat, mate. Fuck, it was flat.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially.
I'm just trying to look
Langus
at...
is fucking dead right.
Yeah.
Big X was very fucking off the ball. So I don't know what happened there.
I don't think that we have... I don't think it's the pedestal thing. I think he deserves to be where we've put him. It was just a very off game from him. And I'm just looking at... I haven't got him in order here, so it's not going to show up. But Payne, last time he scored below 130 this year, he went 97 in round 17.
Yeah, right.
And literally, that's the under 130.
Yep.
Everything else is above 130.
How many minutes did he play?
214 meter. He played. I haven't got it here. Oh no, I do. Yeah, 57 minutes. He played
Okay.
for that one. Yeah, 50, 57, 55. There's. All right, we'll move on to the bench now. A couple of weeks ago, when we versed the Bulldogs, we had the super subs. This we kind of did. I mean, you have to immediately wipe Jack Goss off because he only played 10 minutes. I don't know what the go there was. And he only came on in like literally the last 10 minutes.
Oh.
Shout out to him though. 10 tackles, 100%, 0 miss, 0 ineffective, sure. 0 errors as well. Billy Walters, I hated calling him the difference when they first came up, but I'm just running with it now. Fuck it. It sounds dumb and it is, but hey, we'll do it. It's like our dance, everyone will hate it. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Corey Jensen, like I said, he topped the runs from the bench, 107 meters there, 47 post contact. Yeah. Hetherington, 96% tackle efficiency with 23 and 1 missed, 0 ineffective. Sure, but I mean, he only ran 6 times as well in 40 minutes. So, I don't know. The bench, we didn't get much of. It wasn't that solid either. Just very flat, as Ringer likes to say, the entire team. And we got punished for it. So maybe it'll be in something that Madge did over the bye. I know he gave them days off, and by right, they should have days off. Like it's especially the Origin boys and whatnot. But maybe just something in that week after the bye. Not that we have to worry about that anymore this year, but just something different in the preparation coming into the game. But we'll see how they go. We've got another Friday game this week with the Rabbitohs. So. Langers, mate, any word there on the bench?
Yeah, I think, they need to fuck Jack Goss off. I think we say that basically every game this season, really. But yeah, you got Ben Talty there. Put him in. Put him in. Fuck Jack Goss off. Might be a different story. Might not be. Who knows? But good to see Corey Jensen just doing his work again. You know, like you picked him for man of the match, and yeah, worthy pick, I think, just by looking at these stats. So yeah, like. We do have a decent bench that doesn't that can fill the hole when our main players do come off. But yeah, just Jack Goss, I think he's just taken up room that other people can fill in a better way, personally. So yeah, just for the names that we've got listed there, it's just disappointing and flat. 2 very good words to describe it, I think.
What about you, Ringer, mate?
Yeah, 100%. I think we can stack that bench now. Like, take the Seth. What's the point of having Jack Goss there for 10 minutes when he doesn't? He's not a fucking ball player. He's not breaking fucking lines. He's not breaking tackles, and he's not gonna smoke some cunt and put a shot on. Like that's the part that sort of gets me is that. If you're gonna leave a bloke on the bench and only have 10 minutes, why wouldn't you have? Well, for me, I'd have Talty there because once Jensen's fit again, he'll be back to prop. So that way, you've got X that could fill an edge role if someone was to get hurt, and then you've got 3 good middle forwards to replace what you have. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a wasted spot, like Langer said. What the fuck? What are you bringing to the table? You're literally sitting there waiting for Pecura to knock himself out. Like, literally, that makes it. But is that, honestly, when you think about it, is that the only reason he's on the fucking bench? Because what the fuck else is he offering? In this game, when we're down and we're out and we're fucking looking for something, you're not looking at your bench and going, Jack Goss, are you? Like, whereas fucking the enthusiast, you can't call him young, but he's youngish. Like, Talty's he played 2 games, he scored a fucking meaty just from running hard and hitting holes. Like, I don't know. That's the way I'd be going anyway. I'd be getting the young, fresh fella on, well, young to the club fella on, putting him on the bench, and that way you've got a proper 3-4 middle forward rotation with X being your floater for if an edge goes down, you could put him out there. So,
yeah.
And I think it just offers
Just quickly
more.
on-
It just gives you more, like, grit. It gives you more sort of staunch in the middle. So if Paddy and Payne are struggling or something's happening, you just go fucking rip Kobe and Talty on and go fucking do your best. And then you've got Big X there chomping at the bit to give you that punch. So I don't know. That's where I'd be going, because I'm sick of seeing a fucking, I'm sick of seeing a player sit on the bench and get 10 minutes and not do anything. Like, and it's not Jack's fault. That's just the player is. In another club, like, there is clubs where you just want that up and down back rower, your other back rowers, your fucking gun. You just want that up and down workhorse, whatever. But we don't need that at the moment. So,
yeah. Just on Talty there, he played for the Bears. They had a victory over the Pride 28-22. He played 42 minutes off the bench, 8 runs, 62 metres, 32 post-contact, but he made 21 tackles, 100% tackle efficiency, and he gave away a penalty. That was about the only error that he had too. So, never know. Maybe we'll see against the Rabbits a different bench come Team List Tuesday. All right, we will move on after that. Now we have a video from the Gronk. Yeah, he's
He'll be chipper.
We'll see. Yeah, very chipper, of course. We'll get it here up.
Well, boys, if there was ever a more accurate snapshot of where we're both at as clubs, I think this weekend is it. Fucking, yes, 14 errors for the Cowboys and the most unconvincing victory known to man. And then you guys, like, honestly, for us, take Tommy Dearden out of our team, I fucking shudder to think where we'd be as a club. And conversely, take Reece Walsh out of yours, I think you fucking win. I think you win more. That sounds dumb. But I don't know if you need Reece there. Sorry.
Very controversial from the Gronk this week, calling out a big Reece Walsh, saying he doesn't need to be there. Langers, mate, are you gonna disagree with the man straight up for the first time this season, or what?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
I mean, he has a point. You know, you look at it, you free up over $1 million in salary cap if you get rid of him. There's plenty of wingers that we can choose from. You throw Arthur's back there. I mean, Cobbo's gone, so we'll probably not talk about him. But, like, you put Arthur's back there, say, and then, you know, you got plenty of wingers in the lower grade, Israel Leota, blah, 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 that can step up in a pinch. You've still got Dean Mariner, who's fast as fuck. Obviously, he'll probably slide straight into that 5th jersey. So, yeah, free up $1 million in salary cap. You probably lose those errors. Yes, you will lose the brilliant play that Reece has played and done, you know, numerous times and whatnot, but you would 100% clean up those fucking stupid errors as well. So I can see it. I can see the draw card to get rid of him, absolutely. But you know, like, yeah, like, and the Gronk threw up a good sort of chat after the game as well in our sort of group chat that, like, how long can we say that that's just how Reece plays, you know, before
Yeah.
something needs to be done about it, sort of thing, you know? So, yeah, I think there can be momentum behind that chat because, yeah, there are definitely draw cards to the team as a whole from a business decision to getting rid of him. Like, obviously, the amount of money that he would bring into the Broncos for jersey sales and admin and all that sort of stuff would be phenomenal. And so they probably wouldn't, just based on that, just based by the cult following that he has sort of grown around him for these last couple of years. But yeah, no, I can't fully disagree with my mate the Gronk at all, to be honest.
Wow, he's making you work for it this
Yeah,
this season. Now, Ringer, he is your brother, I know, but let's just go easy on him with your response here. I think he's absurd just straight off the bat. I was like, I get where he's coming from, but I think we need to see through this little period here to see what happens on the other side. I feel like Reece is one of them players, if you do let go, you will 100% regret it when he's playing you in 2 years' time and tearing you a new arsehole. Because we've seen it happen before. Tom didn't. So yeah, anyway, what are your thoughts, Ringer?
Oh, he's just a salty little Cowboys bitch that hates the Broncos. So fuck him. No, I couldn't. I do
Perfect. Cut it
understand.
there.
I do understand where he's coming from. Like 100%. You know, take those errors
Yeah.
out. But as we've dissected this game, we had halves that did fucking nothing, that weren't creating anything. Like, if he sets up Billy Walters' try from absolutely nothing and almost scores the match winner from like we said, 20 centimeters maybe if he was offside. So, you know, I don't know. I think you got to give him a little bit of leeway. There is stupidity in his game, but I'm willing to wear it. He's 23 fucking years old. He spends his weeks making money, banging tens and fucking playing video games. Like, you know, he's a kid. Like, if this shit's happening at this stage next year, I'm definitely questioning it. But like Britto said, you don't want to be releasing him to the fucking wherever, and then all of a sudden he's dominating Origin when he's 25, 26 years old and just destroying fucking teams at will. Like, players go through this shit. They've just got to learn when to do it and when to not. Like, I think everyone forgets because he's been in the game for so long because he was a child prodigy. Like, he's 20 fucking 3. He's same age as Critter. Like, you know, calm down.
Yeah. That's a scary thought too.
Yeah.
All right, no worries. Well, we'll just toss that in the junk bin then. Gronk, mate, try again next year to try and piss us off. But we don't have any voicemails at the moment, as Ringer has run to grab a charger. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, Thoroughbred, so watch this space to see if he makes it or not. But yeah, we got no voicemails. Send them in after the game. We'd love to hear your frustration. Even send them. Allow yourself the 12-hour salty bitch period. Get it out of your system. Have a look at the stats. Maybe rewatch the game. Then talk to us. Send something in, and we'll discuss it on the show. We will look at the week ahead. So we've got the injury list there. Obviously, Hayes and Jock are on there for the season. Payne Haas, I've got him on there. I haven't heard anything. I will suggest that he will be monitored, though, pretty hard. He really just probably needs to have a couple of weeks off, eh?
Yeah,
I
I'd say
reckon.
so.
Just if we are any chance in the finals, we're going to have Payne in the team. And I mean, if it's that bad, if it's not manageable, get the guy under a knife so he's ready to go for the off season. Put it that way. So, Corey Pakes is on there with that elbow. I haven't heard anything about that either, so I don't know what he's actually done to it. But I've got that to be confirmed to when he's coming back. If he does come back, obviously his spot's probably not there anymore. And then Bentakura. Bit of chat today coming out that the NFL in America might be
Sniffing around.
sussing him out. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He certainly sort of in that environment wouldn't be out of place. But he's got the foot. He was named a couple of weeks back on the extended bench, I remember. So whether or not he's gone and re-injured that in Q Cup, trying to come back in or not, but he has been listed this week on the casualty ward. So keep an eye out Tuesday. I'll hopefully have an update for that. Judiciary, Brendan Piacora, grade 1, careless high tackle, second offence, $2,500 fine.
Jesus.
You would have to think that next time he does that, he's sitting it out for a week or two. But he is free to play. Now, at least we aren't the Rabbitohs. I couldn't find the exact injuries, but they have over 200 games this year sidelined in between all their injuries of what they'll be missing is from what I can remember the stat was. But we come up against them. We are at home again. It is Friday. We have come up against them 42 times with one draw. We have won 26. They have won 15. Ladder position at the moment, we are 5th. They are 15. No, actually, they're not. They're 7th. They're dead last.
Yeah, they're last.
Thanks to that Titans win. Premiership odds, they're at 501, so their season is done. $9.50. We have we went out by $2 after that loss. We were $7.50. We're now $9.50. For this game, we are at $1.20, but are at $4.60, which scares the shit out of me. The last time we met, and this is why it scares me, the last time we met was in round 10 at a core, and they beat us 22-14. 3 tries to 2. Their run at the moment, well, our run, obviously we had the 5 in the row, Sharks, Warriors, Bulldogs, Titans, and then we had that loss to the Eels. They've had Bulldogs, so all losses. They're on a 5-loss streak from what I can see here. But like everything, every team's got to win eventually. You can't lose forever, and we're fucking perfect candidates for dropping the ball. But they're just for the thoroughbreds. So they have just had the Sharks where they lost by 2 points, 12-14. Then they had the Panthers where they lost 30-10, 20 points in that one. They've had a bye. 30-12. They've lost that. And then they went big with the Dolphins losing with 50-28. But then Storm, 24-25. They lost by 1 point to the Storm in Melbourne. So yeah, no, it wasn't. Sorry, it was at home. So yeah, they could definitely come back and turn it on. Wayne Bennett will have something up his sleeve. I'm not aware of any. I think Tavola may have had a shoulder dislocation, but they should be able to fill his spot.
Jackie Boy gets suspended.
Anyway. They're seeking legal advice.
Excellent.
So they are going to fight that one. So we'll see what happens there anyway. On to the tipping comp. So, I will get your guys' responses. Langers, how do you think the game's going to go? You going to put a 13-pluser on or what?
Oh, of course. That's just like, do you breathe oxygen sort of thing, So definitely going to be Broncos 13+, but I'm not confident. Like I was confident with a Broncos 13+ against the Eels, 100%, but can't be now, especially, the last time that we met, there was like the Latrell Mitchell show last time we met, and that was just frustrating to watch that game. So hopefully it is vastly different. Hopefully what the ringer said, maybe having this loss is exactly what we needed, and it's better that we did lose this rather than get that match-winning try and scrape away with the 2 points by our teeth, and then have that mentality that we won, so it's all good sort of thing. A bit of soul searching this week might do the boys some good. So Broncos 13+, mate.
That's the go. Ringer, mate, what about you?
Very much the same. Hopefully, like we need this as Broncos. I think 5-game win streak into a bye. Unfortunately, we don't have the mental fortitude to, process that properly over the last couple of years. We seem to take things for fucking granted. So hopefully the loss really lights a fire in them. And if Jack gets suspended, we should win this game by fucking 30. Like, honestly, we should. And because there's got no Keenon, they've got no middle, they've got no one, poor bastards. They're all fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like, we might have to
Yeah.
lend them a player. We might have to swap jerseys at half time to get a fucking second half out of them if they keep getting injured. But, like, we should not be going into this game worried, but it is Wayne Bennett and it is the Broncos this year. So, fucking do with that what you will, thoroughbreds.
Yeah, that's it. 100% nervous times ahead. Thoroughbreds, let us know your thoughts. Drop us a message and whatnot. All right, onto the tipping and the SuperCoach real quick. So 3 people went for the Joker: Master Bateman, Dan R, and myself with Fletcher's Uber. So obviously we took out 1, 2, and 3. Dan R, I was like, mate, I'm going to throw a Joker down here just so I can sort of catch this guy and give him a bit of scoreboard pressure. And then he goes out, picks the margin on the first game, and then goes and tips 6 out of 8 and plays his Joker. So I gained nothing. I had a margin. Master Bateman got second. He had 5 with a 2 margin, and I got third with a 5 out of 8 and a 14 margin. Slippery Gypsy, Langer's mate, scored 6 out of 8 with a 0 margin. Unfortunately, he didn't play the
2 Jokers remaining.
Joker.
It's all right.
2
It's
Jokers.
all right. We'll come back. It's all good.
Same, bro.
Yeah.
Now that Ringer knows how to put a Joker on.
Yeah, what Jokers on? How many? We got 6 Jokers because I'll need them all.
Yeah.
You got 5 out of 8. Gronk got 5 out of 8. The overall leaderboard: Dan R on 107, myself on 99. Langers, you're on 97 in third, and the Gronk is on 92 in fourth. You are in 8th position, Mr. Ringer, on 84.
I dropped a fucking spot.
Yeah, that's only because old mate Master Bateman there, he did the Joker as well, so he leapfrogged you there. Otherwise you'd be by your teeth in 7th. But anyway,
don't worry, it's going to be fucking Joker the next 2 rounds, and see if we can catch you bitches.
Yeah, good luck picking out a round that you're confident in coming from now to the 27th.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Penalty Broncos SuperCoach comp. Prem leader goes fucking massive.
Yeah.
1,404. Well done on that.
That's got if that's not
mate.
top 1,000 this week, I don't know fucking nothing.
Well, mate, I'd like to say that, but there's a lot of 1,300s out there, hey, so there'll be quite a few sitting over that 1,400, I reckon.
Maybe I'm just trying to project my shitness.
Maybe.
To try and fucking make myself feel better.
Payne in the Hunt scores 1,373 for second. BJ's Battlers, the ever reliable BJ's Battlers, punches out 1,349 for third. He's still top 2,000 by the looks of it. Good run for the home. Yeah, hopefully the run home is good to you, better than what it's going to be for me.
Yeah.
Pull your Bulls, that's Ringer, 950. Shit the bed, mate. Need to do a bit of soul searching. How many trades you got left?
We won't talk about that because I think I've got 1 and I've got to get rid of Jerome Hughes. So, I had Tino go down. I've had them all get hurt, mate. So,
yeah,
I've had an absolute bed shit this week. All my Storm players got fucking nothing. I stupidly didn't loop Scotty Drink, which wouldn't have mattered because I think he ended up getting fuck all. I think he got downgraded anyway. Oh no, 91.
yeah.
No. There's someone else that got wiped. Oh, Reece Robson. He was on 90 odd when I last looked, and now he's down to 74. Again, just keeping the hits coming for the Ringer. So, but you watch out. I've got 1 trade left, and it'll be fucking Cleary probably. I've got 1 week left in me where it could go fucking huge, and then it's just bedlam. So,
one last.
Yeah, one last hurrah. We'll go for the $2,000.
And then I got 1,043. Slippery Gypsy Langer's got 1,086. And the Immortals, the Gronk, 1,325. Very
Fuck
lucky
yeah,
not to
good on
slip
him.
into third place there. So he's looking good for the run home. We won't talk about draft because I left a Jamal Fogarty, 93, and a Tommy Dearden in 65 on the bench for my draft. And I lost that by 40 points.
You could have won by 200.
Yeah. So, and it would have been really, I would have been in the lead, and I would have had a negative points difference and in the lead, and you wouldn't have heard the fucking last of me. Best bets, we didn't put them on this week, although we had a bit of a rando one happen last night on the live for the NRLW. So make sure you tune in for those, because that was a $26 multi that came up with the ladies today. Thankfully, Chelsea, well done. Last great big push in the second half there to get over. Same with the Road to a Million. We gave that one a rest. That is it. We got one good thing here. Tom Duffy signs with us from 2026. Now, I haven't heard, so he's obviously with the Cowboys, and in typical Cowboys fashion, they'd rather go with the old person in Clifford and let go of the young whippersnapper. Hopefully, this is a Tom Dearden in reverse, where, Dearden kind of got treated pretty rough here, left, went to the Cowboys, and now he's basically the Australian number 6. Or 7, whichever one you want to play him in, really. Hopefully Tom does the same. He comes down here. Everyone's saying that we thought Kobe Black was the next in line. I don't see this. I see this as a bit of a gap filler. Kobe is still way too young. We're all talking about Reece being only 23, making all these errors, but we want to talk about a 19-year-old 7 coming in the next year or two. It's not going to happen. He's gonna 3 to 4 years until we see Kobe Black, unless we have injuries. For what I hope to see anyway. So I think this is a great signing with Tom Duffy. Then obviously he's gone to the Tigers. Best of luck, Jock, down there. It was disappointing to see you go, but now I know that Tom's coming. I can see why you were let go. So yeah, anyway, what's your thoughts on that, Ringer, mate? Any chat around Duffy signing?
Yeah, exactly. When I didn't know the Duffy signing until the green room before we started this, when you told me, because I was a bit not upset, but I mean, Jock Madden was a good one to have sitting on up the bank when there was injuries, right? And I was like, wow, we've let him go. That's a bit strange. And I was thinking, oh well, all the pressure's on Josh Rogers. We're going to have to shuffle, Hunty into 7, into 6 if we get a lot of injuries, blah blah blah. And then you say Tom Duffy's coming. It's like, well, good. Let him go to Q Cup. Hopefully they put him in the same team as fucking Kobe Black so they can play together. If the Broncos have any fucking any bloody leverage over that, that's what I'd be trying to do. Get them playing half partners together. So, because he's only young too, and Tom Duffy, he's only a fucking child himself. So,
yeah. And he's a gun in Q Cup.
So
absolute gun.
That's what I'd be trying to do. Get them playing together as much as possible. So, if they have to come in, Ben Hunt's not fucking young. Adam's obviously not young. So, yeah, that's what I'd be doing if I was them. And any half coverage, any half decent half is worth signing these days because they're fucking rare.
Yeah, that's it. Tom Duffy is 22 years of age. He's only just turned 22 as well. His birthday was on the 22nd of July. Former Iggy Park boy up here, so he's a homegrown, so that would hurt. It's a bit weird that they did get rid of him. I honestly would have thought they would have flicked Clifford
They've signed
if there
the
was
bastards.
any risk. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, I guess. But, I mean, I don't know if they've got much room in their cap either. But anyway, what about you, Langers, mate? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, right. So I've just been thinking,
Here we
let
go.
me cook, right? Let me cook thoroughbreds. So I'm going to lean into Gronk's chat about getting rid of Walsh, right? Now just hear me out. Hear me out, right? Walsh goes, we get $1 million in the cap. So Arthur's back to fullback, put Dean Mariner out to the wing. Reynolds retires. You've got some. Obviously, you have to pay Arthurs a little bit more for being fullback. Then we make a play for Tom Dearden.
Holy shit.
Give him 1.2. Put him steering the Broncos ship. You still got a good fullback. You still got 2 wingers there that can do their jobs, and you've got Tommy Dearden and Ezra Mam in there. Tell me that's not a good shout. Tell me that's not a good shout.
Mate, the things I would do, I would let Reece Walsh go to get Tom Dearden back.
100% you would.
I'm sorry, Thoroughbreds. I love that fucking
Like
person.
Tommy Dearden, he's what, 24 years old, 23, 24, 22, whatever. So it would probably push Kobe Black out, being 19. Like, you'd think Tom's probably going to be there, or he's going to be in the game for probably 10 years or so, bar, injury or whatever. So, and he is an absolute gun. Like between him and Katoa for the Dolphins, like they're the two for sure. So, and Katoa's only on 650 next year, I think. So he could probably break contract and get double that sort of money coming up sort of soon. So I don't know. It's a chat. It's something to think about. There are options there. Obviously, there's a lot of moving pieces that have got to be going off. And it's probably not the right chat, but I mean, to get Tommy Dearden back into the Broncos, you'd probably move near on heaven and earth to get that job done. So, some chat there, but no, it's always good to get a young fella signed in. Duffy's not a shocking player by any stretch. So, yeah, good. Be interesting to see where he sort of slots in with the rest of the crew, with, the depth that we do have in the Broncos team. So, no, it should be interesting times to come, prosperous times to come, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. That'll be the go. I'd love to see it. Give him a full off season with us. We'll see him in the trial matches, no doubt. Reno 1 more year, probably be a really good depth signing, sort of in the middle of the year if we can give him a rest and whatever. It will be interesting to see which Q Cup team he does play for. I believe he plays for the Pride at the moment, so he will be looking at moving teams once he's down here. So we'll see how that. Let us know, Thoroughbreds, if you've got any thoughts or you want to just ignite Langers' fucking conspiracy theory over here.
It's an option, Thoroughbreds. That's it. It's just an option.
Playing Moneyball.
Yeah. Get Jonah Hill in here.
Yeah, that's it. All right, mate, that's us. I reckon we have taken up enough of the Thoroughbreds times. Thank you for listening. If you've made it all the way to the end, again, give us a share, give us a like, give us a comment. If you've listened to us, you've found us, so please spread the word. Head over to the socials on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Like on our post costs you nothing. Comment gives us motivation. Sharing our content introduces the page to others, and hitting that favorite button, if it is an option, helps us with the engagement. Bet responsibly, bet for fun and not for the rent. Stay out of one another unless it's consensual. Be a contributor to society, and we'll gallop off into the week. See us at the end of it.
Cheers, Thoroughbreds.
Good on you, Thoroughbreds.